At time of recording, it is 10 o'clock Central time, and I had just got done watching Monday Night Raw. Um, yeah, I usually don't do Monday Night Raw reviews because I don't watch Monday Night Raw anymore, but I thought I would come on here and talk about this because I'd like people to know that I am a huge AJ Styles fan. I've been a fan of AJ Styles since probably 2010, around the time where he won the world title, maybe 2009. Um, I didn't get to see him a lot early in the early TNA days, but I remember seeing him in his later TNA days, and I just immediately fell in love with AJ Styles. And over time, I started to like him even more and more. And it's no secret if you watch the wrestling podcast that I'm on. We did a watch party for the Royal Rumble a couple weeks ago. Um, so it's no secret that I mean, no other way to put it, I was furious. I was absolutely furious with how AJ Styles lost to Gunther. And um, yeah, I was not happy about that. Because I've watched AJ Styles' career, go from TNA and how he left TNA and the Lone Wolf thing, and then he goes to Japan. He becomes part of the Bullet Club, and uh, he goes to Ring of Honor again, and then finally the rumors of him coming to WWE. And I remember the day of him debuting in WWE, and I remember exactly where I was and how excited I was at that time. I have a lot of nostalgic memories. That I can't believe it's been 10 years. Um, I remember the night that AJ Styles debuted. I went to go check out his wiki page, and somebody hacked the wiki page and edited it to say AJ Styles drinks farts. That's a real thing that happened. And I screenshotted it too. I don't know if I still have the screenshot, but it was funny. Of course, they changed it now, but still, that was back, when people were just like editing random shit on Wikipedia. Um, but yeah, I've always been a fan of AJ Styles, and he's inspired me in a lot of ways. He inspired me to try and train to become a wrestler, which is pending. I don't know if I'll ever get back into it, obviously, but he was one of the main wrestlers that helped push me into that. Watching him on TV, I was like, man, I want to be like AJ Styles, getting in the ring. Um, and the fact that the dude, like, the more I learn about him, the more I like him, and the more I appreciate him. The fact that he's a hard worker, the fact that he's a father and a husband, that was one of the main things that, like, it got me a little bit choked up earlier tonight watching the tribute show. And I was like, man, this is just a good fucking dude. AJ Styles is just a good man. And I know that I don't typically get on here to jerk people off. I said my same piece about John Cena a month ago. Um, and much like John Cena's retirement, I think that it was Gunther was not the right guy to put AJ Styles away, and he wasn't the right guy to put John Cena away. But I'm not the one making the choices. They, go out of their way to book how they want to book. But AJ did not leave his gloves in the ring in Saudi Arabia. Thank God. He decided to take them back to the United States, and his justification for that on Raw was that he wanted to leave his gloves at home in Atlanta, Georgia. And I still think one day AJ Styles may come back, um, just not in the WWE ring. Um, Maybe never again. I'm coping hard, man. I'm coping hard. AJ is one of my favorites. And I'm just not ready for him to retire. But the fact that he wants to be a father and he wants to be there for his kids and his wife, I can't, as a fan, I can't take that from him. I can't knowingly take that from him. This is a man of God. He's a Christian, um, and he's kept his head down. He doesn't do anything controversial. The dude's a role model. Certainly the booking hasn't always been great, but like AJ Styles is just for lack of a better term, he's phenomenal. And I fucking love AJ Styles unconditionally. Man of God, man of family. Like, certainly, I think he probably needs a haircut. He probably needs a haircut. But this tribute show, I hate to do this, but watching this show on Raw, like, this is why I stopped watching Raw, is because the tribute, Raw sucks. It just sucks now. Like, Monday Night Raw is not entertaining anymore. It's not fun to watch. It was like nothing really happened. Even Brock Lesnar showed up and said nothing. Cody Rhodes showed up and said nothing. Um, there was no pushing stories forward. Jobber matches happened. It's easily a skippable Raw. They even had a random appearance from Kaz, Frankie Kazarian and Abyss that had no payoff whatsoever because they didn't interact with AJ Styles later on in the night. They just showed up. Same thing with Petey Williams, Jeremy Borash, Omos. None of these people interacted with AJ Styles in the final segment, so their appearances felt obligatory and weird. The tribute did not feel very tributey. Um, Nobody came out in ring gear or armbands that sported AJ Styles. Nobody did any copying moves like the phenomenal forearm or Styles Clash or do anything to give tribute to AJ Styles. The only real tribute to AJ Styles was the final segment with AJ Styles in it. That felt like it was the only thing that was a real tribute to him. The rest of the show was fucking trash. But, you know, let's just complain about the modern product, isn't it? You felt like they could have done the same thing with John Cena's retirement tour, and they just didn't. And I still wish they gave AJ one more run. Um, but it's up to him. It's his body. It's his family. So I can't, as a fan, take that from him. Um, Fun little story. AJ Styles, when he left TNA, um, that was a big point where I kind of learned as a young teenager um, when to value myself and when to step away more than CM Punk and more than most people. I learned from AJ Styles when to walk away when you're not feeling valued, right? Um, and following him to Ring of Honor and watching AJ Styles and Ring of Honor and New Japan turned me on to those. It turned me on to the Indies as I followed AJ Styles all the way back to WWE. I love the Bullet Club. I do this all the time. I got a Bullet Club T-shirt somewhere. Um, through the Bullet Club, I found friends who some hate me now, but others I still talk to. Um, but yeah, AJ Styles was like, it's crazy what pro wrestling can do to people and for people. It's fandom. We connected over fandom, and whenever I heard in 2014 that AJ Styles was coming to an indie show in Galveston, I asked my dad. I was like, "Hey, can we go to Galveston and go down to the beach and go to the indie show?" It was this nice little um, arena hall that's right on the seawall of the beach, and we saw Mick Foley, we saw Jinder Mahal, we saw a whole bunch of people. One Man Gang was there, I think. It was a small venue, wasn't very large, probably less than 100 people were there. I got a couple cool action figures, and I saw AJ Styles. I got to get an up close picture of him as he was on the turnbuckle holding the IWGP Championship. And I got to see him wrestle one of the locals. It was fucking awesome. And then I think I could be wrong about this. Somebody can fact check me here. But I went to the Survivor Series in 2017, which was in my hometown of Houston, and saw AJ Styles go up against Brock Lesnar. Funny enough, we had Brock Lesnar appear tonight and on the AJ Styles tribute show, but you know what I mean. That's the night that I saw Brock Lesnar and AJ Styles go one on one, which was awesome. AJ didn't win, but hey, fact check me. I don't remember. I remember going to that show. Um, so I've seen AJ Styles in person a couple times. I never got to meet him. I never got to take a picture with him or anything. I just got that one picture where I'm under the turnbuckle looking up as he's staring down with the belt. Um, which is cool. He like waved to me, and he did the Bullet Club symbol, like the Too Sweet symbol with his hand for the as he was posing for the picture. That was cool, and I've always admired AJ Styles, not just as a wrestler but as a man. The fact that he's a family man and that he's a Christian. I fucking love AJ Styles. There's nothing bad to say about him, you know. And the fact that you got people like CM Punk, and I'm gonna call out CM Punk here during 2020 whenever AJ was like not saying something about Black Lives Matter or something, and then like CM Punk tried to bully him into saying something. I don't remember if that's the exact context. I could be wrong, but I was fucking furious about that because like AJ Styles just minding his own business. He's being a professional. He's a professional in the ring and out of the ring. You know. But on Raw, we finally got to see what the plan is for the future of AJ Styles as he leaves his gloves in the ring, and I still have a hard time. I'm coping, man. I can't believe he's retiring, and I don't want to. I don't want him to retire. I want him to keep going. I want him to have one more run before he goes. But that is entirely up to him. And if he comes back, I will be grateful as an AJ Styles fan. But at the same time, I'm not disappointed with his WWE career. Not at all. Because his career in WWE has been nothing short of his reputation phenomenal. He's gone up against guys like Brock Lesnar, Bryan Danielson, John Cena multiple times in really good matches. Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe. I can't say that I'm disappointed with AJ Styles' run in WWE, which is good. It's more than I can say for the final run of John Cena's career. At least they didn't fuck up AJ Styles' career in his final go. I think maybe that might have been the saving grace here is that it's mercy. Certainly, I don't prefer that Gunther made him tap out or made him pass out in Saudi Arabia of all places. But I like that he retires in the same place that he debuted in. I don't mind that at all. I just don't think Gunther was the right guy, and Saudi Arabia was not the right place. That's just my opinion. But yeah, and Undertaker comes down, and I was really worried when Undertaker came down to the ring that his cameo appearance was going to be overshadowing AJ's retirement, and I really didn't want that. I didn't want to not like the Undertaker for that, and we almost got Undertaker calling him out for WrestleMania, which I would be like, holy shit. That's if there's anything to come out of retirement for, it's a match against the Undertaker at WrestleMania. Let's be fucking real. Calling back on Undertaker's last match at WrestleMania was against AJ Styles. But no, Undertaker was just coming down to announce that AJ Styles would be the newest inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame, and I nearly burst into tears seeing that. I'm sure there's going to be somebody that's upset that AJ Styles is inducted into the Hall of Fame before John Cena is, or whatever, right? But it's AJ Styles. The fact that he's getting into the Hall of Fame after mentioning TNA on Monday Night Raw is insane. Like, as a wrestling fan, that's insane. Um, Now, there's a lot to complain about with the current product, but those little things, those little nuggets are like, what kind of timeline are we living in right now? You know what I mean? Um, the tribute from WWE where they had Creed's Higher playing, I fucking loved that. I loved it. I'm sorry, I'm a mark for that. I'm a sucker. It was a good edit. Um, but yeah, AJ Styles, we're gonna see him again at the WWE Hall of Fame this year. Um, I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's had a phenomenal career. I'm happy that he's had a brilliant career. I can't say that I'm disappointed at all. Um, there's certainly things that time and circumstance would not allow. Obviously, we'll never see AJ Styles versus Eddie Guerrero. We'll never see AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels. We may never see AJ Styles versus Will Ospreay in his prime. We may never see AJ Styles versus current Kenny Omega. We may never see AJ Styles reunite with his AEW buddies. Um, there's a lot of what ifs and stuff like that. But for what AJ Styles' career is in WWE and has been for the past 20 years, from TNA to New Japan to Ring of Honor, AJ Styles has not been a disappointment at all. And he deserves a good retirement. He's earned it. So, God bless AJ Styles. Thank you. As an AJ Styles fan for a long time, I am thankful and I am satisfied. Go rest, King. You've earned it. And if the day comes that he returns, then I will be here. I'll be here waiting. So this is a video just me saying thank you to AJ Styles. Yeah, dude's a real one. He's phenomenal. Thank you, AJ Styles.